Tuesday night, 11:47 p.m. I was 6 hours into my 12-hour night shift in the ER at St. Mary's Hospital. Quiet night, so far 2 broken bones, 1 elderly patient with chest pain, stable now, 1 teenager with appendicitis, in surgery. The kind of night where you catch up on paperwork and hope nothing major happens before dawn. Then the radio crackled. Incoming trauma, MVA, 2 patients, unconscious, ETA 4 minutes. Motor vehicle accident, 2 patients. I signaled to my team, let's prep Trauma Bay 1 and 2. Carrie, you take lead on patient 2. I'll handle patient 1. Standard procedure, standard night, until it wasn't. The ambulance doors burst open, paramedics wheeling in 2 gurneys. Patient 1, male, approximately 50-55, unconscious, possible head trauma, broken ribs, vitals unstable. Patient 2, female, approximately 25-30, unconscious, broken left arm, multiple lacerations, vitals stable. I was already moving toward patient 1, assessing, checking airways, starting fluids, professional autopilot, the thing you do after 25 years as an ER doctor. See the injury, not the person. Fix the problem. Until I checked his wallet for ID, insurance card, emergency contact, Michael Carter, date of birth, March 15th, 1969. I stopped breathing. Michael Carter, my husband. This was Michael, my Michael. Unconscious on a gurney, blood on his face, broken ribs, head trauma. Dr. Carter, Carrie was looking at me, concerned. Are you okay? Fine, I said automatically, voice steady despite the shock. Let's get him stabilized, run full trauma protocol. Training took over. I treated my husband the way I'd treat any trauma patient, assessed injuries, ordered scans, stabilized his cervical spine, professional, detached, even though my hands were shaking slightly. Michael would be okay. Injuries looked worse than they were. Concussion, 3 broken ribs, contusions. He'd recover fully. Once he was stable, I moved to Trauma Bay 2 to check on Carrie's patient. And that's when I saw her, Jessica Carter, my daughter-in-law, David's wife, 28 years old, blonde hair matted with blood, left arm clearly fractured, face lacerated, but alive, conscious now, but disoriented. Jessica, I said, voice carefully neutral. She looked at me, eyes unfocused. Dr. Carter? What? Where am I? You were in a car accident. You're at St. Mary's. You're going to be fine. Broken arm, some cuts. We'll get you fixed up. Professional, calm, not showing the screaming questions in my head. Why was Jessica in the car with Michael? Where were they going at 11:47 p.m.? Why were they together? I checked her ID, confirmed it was her. Then I did what any ER doctor does. I called her emergency contact, except her emergency contact was David, my son. Who would want to know his wife was in an accident? I stepped outside, called David's number. He answered on the second ring. Mom, is everything okay? It's almost midnight. Hi, honey, I said, keeping voice casual. Sorry to call so late. I just wanted to check something. Where's Jessica tonight? Is she with you? Jessica? David sounded confused. No, she's at her mom's place. Her mom's been really sick. Jessica's been going there every Tuesday and Thursday to take care of her. Why? Is something wrong? Tuesday and Thursday, the nights I worked night shift. No, nothing wrong. I lied. I thought I saw someone who looked like her. Must have been someone else. How long has her mom been sick? About 8 months now, David said. It's been really hard on Jessica. She's there at least twice a week, sometimes more. I feel bad I can't go with her, but work has been crazy. Why are you asking? 8 months. 8 months of Jessica supposedly caring for her sick mother. No reason, I said. Just curious. Go back to sleep, honey. Love you. Love you too, Mom. See you Sunday for dinner? Sure, Sunday. Good night. I hung up, stood in the hallway, breathing carefully. Jessica's mother lived in Springfield, 200 miles away. But Jessica was here, at St. Mary's Hospital, in my city, in a car with my husband, at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday, one of my night shift days. I walked back into the ER, checked on Michael, still unconscious, stable, checked on Jessica. Carrie had sedated her for the arm fracture repair. She'd be unconscious for at least an hour. I had time. I went to security. Hey, Marcus, I need a favor. Can you pull parking garage footage from tonight? And maybe from the past few months, Tuesdays and Thursdays specifically? Marcus had worked security for 15 years. Knew me well. Sure, Dr. Carter, what am I looking for? Silver Lexus, license plate 7KPL392. Michael's car. Give me 20 minutes. I went back to treating patients, autopilot, professional, calm. 20 minutes later, Marcus called me to the security office. Found something, he said. Pulled up footage on multiple screens. Your Lexus has been here. A lot. Every Tuesday and Thursday for the past 6 months. Always parks in the northwest corner. Stays for 4 or 6 hours, then leaves. Every Tuesday and Thursday. My night shift days, for 6 months. Can I see tonight's footage? Marcus pulled it up. Timestamp, 7:43 p.m. Michael's Lexus pulling into the parking garage. Michael in driver's seat. Passenger, blonde woman, Jessica. They didn't get out of the car immediately. The footage showed them sitting, talking, laughing. At 8:15 p.m. they got out. Michael came around, opened her door. She took his hand. They walked toward the hospital exit, toward the street, toward... I knew where they were going. There was a hotel 3 blocks from the hospital, the Grandview Inn. Decent place, not cheap, not sleazy, the kind of place where people wouldn't ask questions. Marcus, thank you. Can you burn this footage to a drive for me? All of it. 6 months. Sure thing, Dr. Carter. You okay? You look... I'm fine, I said. Just need the footage for a thing. Personal matter. Got it. No questions. Give me an hour. I went to the break room, sat down, tried to process. My husband of 30 years, my daughter-in-law of 2 years, together, in his car, going to a hotel every Tuesday and Thursday for 6 months, maybe longer, while I worked night shifts, while David thought Jessica was caring for her sick mother. Systematic deception, calculated lies, betrayal of the worst kind. I should have been crying, should have been screaming, should have been feeling something. Instead, I felt cold, calculating, strategic, because I'm a doctor. And doctors don't make decisions based on emotion. We make decisions based on evidence. And I needed more evidence. I went back to the ER, checked Michael's personal effects, wallet, keys, phone, locked. I couldn't access it. Receipts, hotel receipts, Grandview Inn, multiple receipts, different dates, all Tuesdays or Thursdays, all for the same room number, 412. I photographed every receipt, went to Jessica's personal effects, purse, phone, also locked, wallet, shopping bags. Inside the shopping bags, lingerie, tag still attached, Victoria's Secret, expensive. The kind of lingerie you don't buy for a husband of 2 years, the kind you buy for an affair. I photographed everything. Then I did something ethically questionable. I used my position as treating physician to access Jessica's phone. Medical necessity to contact family. Standard procedure. Except I didn't call her family. I read her texts. To Mike, saved under a fake name, but I knew from the messages it was Michael. Jessica, 2 days ago. Can't wait for Tuesday. Room 412. Mike. Already booked, counting the hours. Jessica. David thinks I'm seeing my mom again. He's so clueless. Mike. Helen's working night shift. We'll have plenty of time. Helen's working night shift. My name, my schedule. They were planning around me. I scrolled further. 8 months of messages. I love you. You make me feel alive. I've never wanted anyone like this. Your wife will never know. Your wife will never know. I took photographs of every single message, downloaded them to my personal phone through a hospital data transfer, technically allowed for medical documentation. Then I made one more call to Springfield, to Jessica's mother, Mrs. Liu, a woman I'd met twice at family gatherings. She answered sleepily. Hello? Mrs. Liu, this is Helen Carter, David's mother. I'm so sorry to call so late. Oh, Helen, is everything all right? Yes, fine. I just wanted to check on you. David mentioned you've been ill. Jessica's been visiting to take care of you. Silence on the line. Then, ill? I'm not ill. I'm perfectly healthy. And I haven't seen Jessica in, maybe 3 months? 4? She's been very busy with work, she said. Why? Is something wrong? The final piece, the final confirmation. No, nothing wrong. I must have misunderstood. Sorry to wake you. Good night, Mrs. Liu. I hung up, sat in the break room again. I had everything now. Hotel receipts, text messages, security footage, confirmation that Jessica's sick mother story was a lie. 8 months of systematic cheating. My husband and my daughter-in-law betraying me, betraying David, destroying our family, and they thought they'd never be caught. I smiled, cold smile, because they were about to learn something important. Never betray someone who has power over you. And right now, in this hospital, unconscious in my ER, I had absolute power. I walked back to the trauma bays, checked on Michael, still unconscious, stable, checked on Jessica, surgery on her arm complete, waking up slowly. I stood between the 2 bays, looking at them both, and I thought, when they wake up, they're going to see me, the wife, the mother-in-law, the doctor who saved them, and then they're going to understand exactly how much trouble they're in. Because I'm not just a wife who discovered an affair. I'm a doctor who has evidence, power, and a very strategic mind. And I'm going to use all 3. The treatment and investigation. Marcus delivered the security footage on a USB drive. I plugged it into my office computer and watched 6 months of evidence compile before my eyes. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, Michael's silver Lexus pulling into the northwest corner of the parking garage, always between 7:30 and 8 p.m., always staying for exactly the amount of time I'd be occupied with my night shift. The pattern was meticulous, calculated. They'd planned this around my work schedule. I burned copies of everything, 3 USB drives, 1 for my records, 1 for my lawyer, 1 for... I didn't know yet, but I'd need backups, while Michael and Jessica remained unconscious, both sedated for their injuries. I had time to investigate, time to document, time to build a case, because that's what this was now. Not just a betrayal, a case, evidence, proof. I went back to Michael's personal effects, went through his wallet more carefully, insurance cards, credit cards, receipts. So many receipts. I photographed each one. Grandview Inn, $189. Date, Tuesday, 2 weeks ago. Grandview Inn, $189. Date, Thursday, 3 weeks ago. Grandview Inn, $189. Date, Tuesday, 1 month ago. On and on. I counted them. 47 receipts. Some were faded, clearly old. 8 months old, matching David's timeline of when Jessica supposedly started caring for her sick mother. 8 months, 47 hotel visits, $8,000 to $1,983 total, spent on a fare, paid with the credit card connected to our joint account. My money half of every dollar in that account was mine funding his betrayal of me and our son. I felt something then. First real emotion since finding them. Not sadness, not even anger. Something colder, something calculating. Satisfaction. Because this was evidence. Documented, time-stamped, irrefutable. I moved to Jessica's belongings, her purse. Expensive designer bag Michael's gift, probably. Inside, wallet, makeup, phone, keys, shopping bags from Victoria's Secret. I opened the bags. Lingerie, black lace, red silk, expensive. Tag still attached, suggesting she'd bought them today or yesterday. Planning for tonight's hotel visit. The kind of lingerie you don't buy for a husband of 2 years. The kind you buy to seduce someone, to keep an affair exciting. I photographed everything. Then I did something that technically violated protocol, but was legally defensible. I accessed Jessica's phone. As her treating physician, I had legitimate medical need to contact her emergency contacts, access her medical information, ensure her care. The phone was locked, but hospital IT could bypass locks for medical emergencies. I called them. "Hey, Tom, it's Dr. Carter. I need to access a patient's phone for emergency contact information. Can you help?" "Sure thing, Dr. Carter. Bring it down." 5 minutes later, I had Jessica's phone unlocked. I started with her texts. To Mike, obviously Michael, saved under a fake name. Jessica, 2 days ago, Monday. Can't wait for tomorrow night. Miss you so much. Mike, me too. Room 412? Jessica, already booked. I told David I'm visiting Mom Tuesday and Thursday this week. He believed me instantly. He's so trusting. Mike, Helen's working both nights. We'll have plenty of time. I love you. Jessica, love you too. See you tomorrow. Wear the cologne I like. I love you. They were saying I love you. This wasn't just sex. They thought they were in love. I scrolled further back. Weeks, months. Jessica, 6 months ago. I feel so guilty. David is so good to me. But when I'm with you, I feel alive for the first time. Mike, I know. I feel terrible about Helen. But she's so focused on work. She doesn't see me anymore. You see me. She doesn't see me anymore. I stopped breathing for a moment. That's what he told himself? That I was too focused on work? I worked night shifts twice a week. The same schedule I'd had for 20 years. The schedule he'd claimed to support because someone has to help people at night, Helen. You're doing important work. He'd used my work, my calling to help people, as justification for betrayal. I kept scrolling. Mike, 4 months ago. I want to leave Helen. I want to be with you. But David, how do we tell him? Jessica, we can't. Not yet. He'd never forgive me. Never forgive you. We have to wait. Be patient. Mike, how long? Jessica, I don't know. Maybe forever. Maybe this is just what we have. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mike, that's not enough. I want more. I want you, full time. Jessica, me too. But we can't hurt David. Not yet. Not yet. Implying they plan to hurt him eventually. Just not yet. When the timing was convenient for them. I photographed every single conversation, hundreds of messages, 8 months of planning, lying, scheming. Then I checked her call logs, frequent calls to Michael. Always during work hours when David would be at his office. Never at night or weekends when David would notice. They'd been careful, strategic, covering their tracks, but not careful enough. I went to the hospital cafeteria, made myself coffee, tried to think clearly, facts. Michael and Jessica had been having an affair for 8 months. They met at Grandview Inn every Tuesday and Thursday, my night shift days. Jessica lied to David about caring for sick mother. Mother wasn't sick, confirmed by Mrs. Liu. They discussed leaving their spouses but decided not to hurt David yet. They claimed to love each other. Michael blamed my work schedule for his infidelity. Jessica felt guilty, but not guilty enough to stop. What were my options? Option 1, confront them now. Emotional confrontation, yelling, crying, demands for explanations. They'd minimize, lie, claim it just happened, beg forgiveness. No evidence shown, just accusations. Easy to deny or minimize. Option 2, tell David immediately. Show him everything. But Michael and Jessica would claim I'm lying, manipulating evidence, trying to destroy their brief moment of weakness. David might believe them over me if they coordinated their story. Option 3, strategic approach. Give them chance to confess, set deadline. Let them choose to tell truth or continue lying. Meanwhile, document everything. Present evidence only if they continue lying. Make them hang themselves. Option 3 was best. It gave them rope. Let them prove their character. I went back to the ER, checked on Michael, still sedated but stable. Would wake in next few hours, checked on Jessica, arm surgery complete. Carrie had done excellent work. Jessica would regain full function. She was waking up now, groggy from anesthesia. "Dr. Carter," she murmured. "What happened?" "Car accident," I said professionally. "You broke your arm. We've repaired it. You'll be fine." "Michael, where's Michael?" Interesting. Not where's David or call my husband, but where's Michael? "He's in the next bay," I said. "He'll be fine too. Concussion and broken ribs. You were both very lucky." "Does David know?" Jessica asked, fear in her eyes. "Not yet," I said. "I haven't called him. Should I?" "No," Jessica said quickly. Too quickly. "I mean, not yet. Let me call him. I should be the one to tell him about the accident." "Okay," I said. "But you'll need to tell him soon. He's your emergency contact." "I will," Jessica said. "Just give me some time. Time to coordinate story with Michael. Time to create lies. Time to decide what to tell David about why she was in car with his father at midnight." "Take your time," I said, smiled. Professional smile. "Rest now." I left her there, went to nurse's station, updated both charts. At 6:15 a.m., Michael woke. I was waiting, had planned this moment carefully. His eyes opened. Confusion, pain, then recognition. "Helen," his voice was hoarse. "What happened? Where am I?" "St. Mary's Hospital," I said calmly. "You were in a car accident around midnight. You have a concussion and 3 broken ribs. You'll recover fully." Relief flooded his face. "Thank God. Thank God you're here. I was driving home from work and—" "Stop," I said. Quiet voice, firm voice. "You weren't driving home from work," and face changed. "What?" "You were on Route 7 at 11:47 p.m. Route 7 doesn't go anywhere near your dental office. It doesn't go to our house. It goes to the Grandview Inn, room 412, where you've been checking in every Tuesday and Thursday for the past 8 months." I watched the color drain from his face, watched his eyes widen, watched panic set in. "Helen, I can explain." "You can't," I interrupted, "because I've already confirmed everything. I have hotel receipts, 47 of them. I have security footage of your car in this hospital's parking garage every Tuesday and Thursday for 6 months. I have text messages between you and Jessica going back 8 months. I have confirmation from Mrs. Liu that she's not sick and hasn't seen Jessica in months. I have medical records showing you and Jessica were together during the accident. I have everything, Michael. The only thing I don't have is a reasonable explanation, and I'm not interested in hearing you try to create one." Silence. Complete, terrible silence. Michael opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. "Helen, please. Jessica is in the next bay, I continued. Also recovering, also awake, also aware that I know everything. You should coordinate your stories quickly." Because you have 48 hours. 48 hours for what? To tell David the truth, full truth, 8 months, 47 hotel visits, the texts, the lies about Jessica's sick mother, everything. You have 48 hours to confess. After that, I tell him, with evidence, with proof you can't deny, minimize, or explain away. Your choice. You're blackmailing us, Michael said weakly. No, I corrected. I'm giving you the dignity of confessing before I expose you. It's more than you deserve, but I'm doing it for David. He deserves to hear it from you, not discover it through me. But make no mistake, if you don't tell him, I will, and I'll make sure he knows you had the chance to be honest, but chose to keep lying. Clock starts when you're discharged. 48 hours. I walked away, left him there, scared, cornered, exactly where a cheater should be. The awakening. Michael was discharged first, Thursday afternoon, 28 hours after the accident. Concussion stable. Ribs would heal on their own. He could go home, except home was my house, and I'd changed the locks that morning. I'd had a locksmith come at 7 a.m. New locks on every door. Michael's belongings packed in boxes in the garage. I wasn't being vindictive. I was being practical, protecting myself, protecting my space. Michael called me from the hospital lobby. Helen, I can't get into the house. The keys don't work. I know, I said. I changed the locks. Your belongings are in the garage. You can collect them between 6 to 8 p.m. tonight when I'm at work. Don't come when I'm home. Where am I supposed to go? His voice was rising. Panicked. Hotel. Friend's house. I don't care. But you're not staying in my house. It's my house too. We own it together. Actually, no. The house is in my name only. I bought it before we married. You've been living in my house for 30 years. Now you're not. You have 20 hours left on your deadline. Have you told David? Silence. That's what I thought, I said. 20 hours, Michael. Then I tell him everything. I hung up. Jessica was discharged Thursday evening. 32 hours post-accident, broken arm casted, stitches healing. She could go home to the apartment she shared with David. I wondered, would she tell him? Would she walk in and confess? Or would she lie? I didn't have to wonder long. David called me Thursday night at 11 p.m. Mom, Jessica just got home. She said she was in a car accident. Said she was driving back from her mom's house and hit a patch of ice. Totaled her car. I'm so relieved she's okay. Jessica had told him she was alone. No mention of Michael. Creating a completely false story. Still lying. I'm glad she's okay, I said carefully. How's her arm? Broken. She'll be in a cast for 6 weeks, but otherwise fine. Hey, have you talked to Dad? He's not answering his phone. I wanted to tell him about Jessica's accident. My heart clenched. David, sweet David, wanted to tell his father about his wife's accident, not knowing they'd been in the car together, not knowing they'd been fucking for 8 months. I haven't talked to him, I said truthfully. I'm sure he's fine. Maybe his phone died. Yeah, probably. Okay, I should go. Jessica needs help. Love you, Mom. Love you too, sweetheart. I hung up, looked at the clock. 11:07 p.m. 15 hours left on the deadline. Michael hadn't told David. Jessica hadn't told David. They'd both chosen to continue lying. Good. That made my decision easier. Friday morning, I called David. Honey, can you come over tonight? Around 7? I need to talk to you about something important. Is everything okay? He sounded worried. Everything's fine. I just need to discuss some family matters. Can you come? Sure, Mom. 7 p.m. Should I bring Jessica? No, I said quickly. Just you. This is just for us. Okay, see you at 7. I spent Friday preparing. printed out all evidence, organized it chronologically, hotel receipts in one folder, text messages in another, security footage on USB drive, timeline documents summarizing everything, medical records showing Michael and Jessica were together during accident, professional presentation, like presenting a case to a judge. Because in a way, I was. David would be judge, would decide what to do with this information. I was just providing evidence. At 6:30 p.m., Michael called. "Helen, please, don't do this. Don't tell David. Jessica and I, we'll end it. We'll stop. Just don't tell him. It'll destroy him." "You destroyed him," I said coldly. 8 months ago when you started sleeping with his wife. You just don't want him to know he's destroyed. Too bad. You had 48 hours. You chose to keep lying. Now he learns the truth. "Helen, I'm begging. You should have begged 8 months ago, before the first hotel room, before the first lie, before you betrayed your son. Too late now." I hung up, blocked his number. At 7 p.m., David arrived, hugged me. "Hey, Mom, you sounded serious on the phone. What's going on?" "Sit down, honey," I said, gestured to the couch. "I need to show you something, and I need you to stay calm. Can you do that?" He sat, looked worried. "You're scaring me. Is this about you? Are you sick?" "No, I'm fine. This isn't about me. It's about Jessica and your father." "What about them?" I handed him the first folder. Hotel receipts, 47 of them, all from the Grandview Inn, all for room 4 and 12, all on Tuesdays or Thursdays over the past 8 months, all paid for with your father's credit card. David opened the folder, looked at the receipts. "I don't understand. Why are you showing me Dad's hotel receipts?" "Look at the dates," I said. He looked. "These are all Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when Jessica visits her mom." "Keep looking." He flipped through, counted. There are dozens of these, every Tuesday and Thursday for months. Why would Dad be at a hotel every Tuesday and Thursday?" "Now look at this," I said. Handed him the second folder, text messages, between your father and Jessica, going back 8 months. I watched his face as he read, watched confusion turn to disbelief, turn to horror, turn to rage. "No," he whispered. "No, this can't be real. This is fake. Someone faked these. This can't be." "It's real," I said gently. "David, I'm so sorry, but it's all real." "How do you know?" His voice was shaking. "How did you even get these?" "Because," I said, "Wednesday night I was working night shift in the ER. 2 patients came in from a car accident. Critical condition, unconscious. I was treating them when I checked their IDs." I paused. "It was your father and Jessica, together, in his car, at midnight, on Route 7, which goes directly to the Grandview Inn." David's face went white. No, you're lying. Jessica said she was alone, said she was driving from her mom's house. She wouldn't lie. "I called her mother," I said. Mrs. Liu confirmed she's perfectly healthy and hasn't seen Jessica in months. The sick mother story is a lie. Has been for 8 months. Jessica has been meeting your father at hotels every Tuesday and Thursday while I work night shift. I handed him the USB drive. Security footage from the hospital parking garage. Your father's car. Every Tuesday and Thursday for 6 months. Both of them getting out, walking toward the hotel. David was shaking now. "This can't be happening. This can't be real." "I gave them 48 hours to tell you themselves," I continued. "Wednesday night, after the accident, after they woke up. I told them, tell David the truth, or I will. They chose not to. Your father moved to a hotel rather than confess. Jessica came home to you and lied about being in the accident alone. They're still lying, David, even after being caught, even after being given the chance to confess. David stood up, started pacing. I need to talk to Jessica. I need to hear this from her. Okay, I said, but take the evidence. Show her. Don't let her lie anymore. He grabbed the folders, the USB drive. Did you make copies? Yes, multiple. Good, he said, voice hard now, angry. Because I'm going to need them for the divorce lawyer. The confrontation, David left my house at 7:43 p.m. I didn't hear from him again until 11:30 p.m. When he called, he was crying. Mom, can I come back? I can't be in that apartment. I can't look at her. Come, I said immediately. I'm here. He arrived at midnight, eyes red, hands shaking. He walked in and collapsed on the couch. She lied, he said, even when I showed her the evidence, even with the texts right there. She tried to lie. What did she say? First, she said the texts were fake, that someone must have hacked her phone. I showed her the hotel receipts. She said Dad must have been staying there for work. I showed her the security footage. She finally admitted it. Admitted what? All of it? No, David said bitterly. She said it was only a few months, 3 months. Said it was a mistake. Said it meant nothing. Said she loves me and wants to work it out. 3 months, I repeated. Not 8? She's still lying. Even caught, even with proof, she's still minimizing it. I handed him a tissue. Did you mention the texts where they said they loved each other? Where they discussed leaving us? Yes. She said that was just talk, fantasy, that they didn't really mean it. Do you believe her? No, David shouted, started crying again. No, I don't believe her. I don't believe anything she says. How can I? She's been lying for 8 months. She lied about her mother being sick. She lied about taking care of her. She lied about the accident. She's been lying about everything. I'm so sorry, I said. Sat beside him, hugged him. I'm so sorry, honey. And Dad, David said. My dad, my father, the man who raised me, who taught me about integrity and honesty and being a good man. He's been fucking my wife. How do I even process that? How do I ever trust anyone again? I don't know, I said honestly. But you will, eventually. With time and therapy and distance from this, you'll learn to trust again. Have you talked to Dad? David asked. Not since I told him I was telling you tonight. He called, begged me not to. I hung up on him. Good, David said. I don't want to see him. Don't want to talk to him ever. He's dead to me. That's your choice to make, I said. But don't make permanent decisions in temporary rage. Take time, process, then decide. Did you know? David asked suddenly. Before the accident? Did you suspect? No, I said. I trusted your father completely. I knew our marriage had become more distant over the years, but I thought that was normal. Work schedules, aging, life. I never suspected he'd cheat, and certainly never with Jessica. Why her? David asked. Why my wife? There are millions of women in the world. Why did he have to destroy my marriage? Why did she have to betray me with my own father? I don't know, I said. Proximity, maybe. They saw each other at family dinners. Maybe something developed slowly. Or maybe they're both just selfish, broken people who prioritize their desires over everyone else. I don't have good answers, David. I wish I did. We sat in silence for a while. Then David asked, What are you going to do? About Dad? Divorce him, I said. Immediately. I've already contacted a lawyer, filed papers. He'll be served Monday. Do you still love him? David asked. I thought about it, really thought. I love the man I thought he was, the man I married 30 years ago, the man who promised to forsake all others. But that man doesn't exist. Or maybe he never did. The real Michael? The one who could betray his son, who could lie for 8 months? No, I don't love him. I don't even know him. Yeah, David said. Same. I thought Jessica was the love of my life. Thought we'd grow old together, have kids, build a life. But the Jessica I loved wouldn't do this, wouldn't betray me this way. So either she's changed or I never really knew her. Probably both, I said. People change, and people hide who they really are until crisis reveals them. This is crisis. This is revelation. David stayed at my house that night. Guest bedroom. I heard him crying through the walls. Heard him on the phone, probably with friends, explaining. Around 3 a.m., my phone buzzed. Text from Michael. Michael, Helen, please, we need to talk. I can explain everything. Give me a chance. I blocked his number. Again. He'd find another way to contact me. They always did. But I was done hearing explanations, done listening to justifications, done giving chances to people who'd had 8 months of chances to do the right thing and chose betrayal instead. At 7 a.m., Jessica showed up at my door, arm in cast, eyes red from crying. Dr. Carter, please, I need to talk to you about David, about everything. No, I said. Didn't invite her in, stood in doorway, blocking entrance. Please, I need to explain. You've had 8 months to explain, I said. You've had 2 days since I caught you to tell the truth. You chose to lie, every time. You don't get to explain now. David won't answer my calls, Jessica said desperately. He won't come home. I need to talk to him. I need to fix this. You can't fix this, I said. You destroyed it, systematically. For 8 months. You can't fix 8 months of lies with one conversation. But I love him. Stop, I interrupted. Don't say you love him. Love doesn't do what you did. Love doesn't betray. Love doesn't lie. Love doesn't fuck your husband's father for 8 months. Whatever you feel, it's not love, and David deserves actual love, not your version of it. Jessica started crying. I made a mistake. You made 47 mistakes, I corrected. 1 for each hotel room. Each one was a choice. Each one was a betrayal. Don't minimize it as a mistake. Own what you did. Will you talk to David? Jessica begged. Tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I want to work it out. No, I said flatly. I'm not your intermediary. I'm not your ally. I'm the mother of the son you betrayed and the wife of the man who betrayed me. I'm not helping you. I'm helping my son heal from what you did to him. Dr. Carter, please. Leave, I said. Don't come back. David will contact you through lawyers. That's the only contact you get. I closed the door, locked it, walked away from her crying on my porch. Felt nothing. No pity, no sympathy, nothing. She'd made her choices. Now she lived with consequences. The divorce and consequences. The legal proceedings moved faster than I expected. Small town. Respected ER doctor versus cheating husband and daughter-in-law. Public opinion was firmly on my side and David's. My divorce lawyer was Margaret Chen. No relation to my grandmother, just coincidentally same last name. But she was fierce. Top divorce attorney in the state. Helen, she said at our first meeting, you have ironclad evidence, hotel receipts, text messages, medical records, security footage, witness testimony. Michael doesn't have a leg to stand on. We're going to destroy him in court. I don't want to destroy him, I said. I just want out. Fairly. Fair is destroying him, Margaret said. He betrayed 30 years of marriage. Fair is making sure he pays for that. We filed for divorce on grounds of adultery. Michael received papers Monday morning. Called me immediately. From new number. I hadn't blocked this one yet. Helen, we don't need to do this. We can work through it. Marriage counseling, therapy. Please don't throw away 30 years. You threw away 30 years, I said. When you checked into that first hotel room, when you lied to me for the first time, when you betrayed our son, you destroyed our marriage. I'm just making it legal. I'll fight this, Michael said. I'll contest the divorce. I'll make it difficult. Good luck, I said. My lawyer is Margaret Chen. Check her record. She's never lost a divorce case, and I have evidence you can't refute. You'll lose, publicly, humiliatingly, or you can sign papers, accept terms, and keep some dignity. Your choice. He went silent. Then, what terms? Equitable division of assets, I said. House is mine. It's in my name only. Cars. I keep mine. You keep yours. Savings split 50-50. Retirement accounts split 50-50. You pay your own legal fees. No alimony either direction. Clean break. That's fair, Michael admitted reluctantly. It's more than fair, I corrected. Fair would be me getting everything because you cheated. I'm being generous. Don't test me. He signed the papers. No fight, no contest. Divorce finalized in 6 weeks. 30 years of marriage ended with signatures on documents. Meanwhile, David's divorce was messier. Jessica contested, hired a lawyer, claimed the affair was emotional abuse response to David's controlling behavior. David's lawyer destroyed that claim in depositions. Mrs. Carter, you claim your husband was controlling. Can you provide examples? He always wanted to know where I was. That's called being married. Can you provide examples of actual controlling behavior? He didn't like me going out without him. Yet you told him you were visiting your sick mother twice a week for 8 months. He never stopped you, never questioned, never demanded proof. That's not controlling, that's trusting. What else? Jessica had nothing. No evidence of abuse, no evidence of controlling behavior, just excuses. Meanwhile, David's lawyer had evidence of her behavior. Text messages showing she initiated affair, messages showing she enjoyed it, messages showing she actively lied to David repeatedly. Can't wait to see you tonight. David suspects nothing. I love lying next to him at night after being with you all evening. That last message destroyed her case. The judge read it, looked at Jessica with disgust. Mrs. Carter, the judge said, I see no evidence of abuse from your husband. I see extensive evidence of calculated deception from you. This divorce is granted. No alimony. No asset division beyond equitable split of marital property. You keep your car and personal belongings. That's all. Jessica's face crumbled. She'd expected sympathy, expected the judge to believe her abuse victim narrative. Instead, she got truth. She tried to appeal. Judge denied it. The evidence is clear, extensive, and irrefutable. Appeal denied. 6 months after the hospital night, both divorces were finalized. Michael and Jessica were officially not our family anymore. The consequences continued. Michael's dental practice suffered. Small town. Everyone knew what he'd done. Patients didn't want dentist who cheated with son's wife. They switched to other dentists. Michael's income dropped 60%. He had to close the practice, sell equipment, take a job as associate dentist at corporate dental chain 2 towns over, making half what he'd made before, living in studio apartment, driving his 8-year-old car because he couldn't afford new one. His reputation destroyed. His respect gone. His relationship with David non-existent. David blocked him on everything, refused to see him, refused to talk, told Michael through lawyers, do not contact me ever. Michael tried once, showed up at David's new apartment. David called police, reported trespassing. Michael was warned, stay away or be arrested. That was the end of father-son relationship. Jessica's life imploded too. She lost her job, Worked at marketing firm that valued reputation. Can't have employee known for sleeping with father-in-law. They let her go for restructuring. She couldn't find work locally. Everyone knew. So she moved across country to California, started over, found new job, found new man, wealthy, older man, ironically. Married him within a year. Posted happy photos on social media. But her eyes in the photos looked empty, looked unhappy. Karma, maybe, or just consequences. Either way, she'd destroyed her marriage and got nothing from affair except shame and isolation. Michael and Jessica's relationship didn't survive either. After divorce is finalized, they tried to continue affair, tried to justify everything by being together. Lasted 3 months. Jessica blamed Michael. "You ruined my life. If we'd never started this, I'd still be married to David, still have my job, still have respect." Michael blamed Jessica. "You pursued me. You texted me first. You booked the hotel rooms. This was your idea." Both pointing fingers, both refusing responsibility, both realizing affair built on lies and betrayal can't become real relationship. They broke up. Bitter, resentful, alone. And I thought, good. They deserve loneliness. They deserve consequences. They destroyed 2 marriages, destroyed family, destroyed David's trust. They deserve everything they got. Resolution and reflection. 2 years after the night shift that changed everything, I was working another night shift. Same ER, same job. Same dedication to helping people, but everything else was different. I was 54 now, divorced, single, living alone in the house that was always mine anyway. But not lonely. Dating Robert, a 58-year-old widower I'd met through hospital volunteer work. Kind man, honest man. Man who'd lost his wife to cancer and understood grief, loss, rebuilding. We took things slow, no rush. No pressure, just enjoying each other, learning to trust again, learning that not all men are liars. David was 32 now, remarried. His new wife Claire was wonderful kindergarten teacher, warm, honest, loyal. Everything Jessica wasn't. They were expecting their first child, my grandchild, due in 3 months. David was excited, nervous, ready. We had dinner every Sunday. Me, David, Claire, and often Robert. Family dinners. Real family. Built on honesty and trust. Michael wasn't invited, wasn't mentioned, was essentially dead to us. David had made his choice. No relationship with father who'd betrayed him so completely. I supported that choice. Michael had reached out several times over 2 years, sent letters, sent emails that David deleted without reading. Even tried showing up at the hospital once. Security escorted him out. Each time the message was the same. "I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I want my son back." But David was unmoved. A mistake is backing into someone's car. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary. Sleeping with your son's wife for 8 months isn't a mistake. It's a choice. Repeated choice, and I don't forgive it. I didn't push, didn't encourage reconciliation. That was David's decision to make. As for me and Michael, no contact. Divorce was final. He was stranger now, stranger who happened to share 30 years of my life. But that life was over. I'd seen him once, accidentally, at grocery store 6 months ago. He looked older, tired, defeated, saw me, started to approach, then saw the look on my face and stopped. We'd stared at each other across the produce section. Him with sadness in his eyes, me with nothing, complete neutrality. Then I'd turned and walked away, and that was that. Jessica had moved to California, remarried. I'd heard through small-town gossip. Apparently husband was wealthy executive, 20 years older. She'd posted wedding photos on social media. David showed me once. morbid curiosity. She looked beautiful in photos. Expensive dress, expensive ring, expensive everything. But her eyes looked empty, looked trapped, like she'd traded one unhappiness for another. "Do you think she's happy?" David had asked, looking at photos. "No," I'd said honestly. "I think she's comfortable. But comfort isn't happiness. She destroyed happiness when she destroyed us. Now she's settling for comfort. That's her punishment." "Good," David had said. Closed the photos, never looked again. Tonight, 2 years after that hospital shift, I was working another Tuesday night. 11 p.m., quiet ER, same as that night 2 years ago. Except I wasn't the same. I was stronger, wiser, more careful with trust, but also more open to possibility, more willing to believe good people existed. Because Robert was good, Claire was good, David was healing. My life was rebuilt. A young woman came into ER around midnight, not medical emergency, just distressed. Sitting in waiting room, crying quietly. I approached. "Ma'am, are you hurt? Do you need medical attention?" She looked up, red eyes, shaking hands. "No, I didn't know where else to go. I think my husband is cheating on me. I know he is, but I don't have proof, and I don't know what to do." I sat beside her, remembered being in similar place, knowing something was wrong but not having evidence, except I'd discovered evidence by accident, by terrible, traumatic accident. "Get proof first," I said quietly. "Before you confront, before you accuse, document everything, receipts, text messages if you can access them legally, patterns in behavior. Build a case." "That sounds so cold," she said, "so calculating. Shouldn't I just ask him? Trust that he'll be honest?" "If he's cheating," I said, "he's already proven he's not honest. Asking gives him time to create lies, to hide evidence, to coordinate story. Get proof first, then confront with evidence he can't deny." "But what if I'm wrong?" she asked. "What if I violate his privacy for nothing?" "Then you apologize," I said. "Better to be wrong and apologize than to be right and have no proof. Proof protects you, gives you power, gives you control in situation where you feel powerless." She looked at me carefully. "You sound like you're speaking from experience." "I am," I said. 2 years ago, I discovered my husband was cheating with my daughter-in-law for 8 months. I only found out because they were in a car accident and came to this ER while I was working. I treated them. Then I investigated, got evidence, confronted them with proof they couldn't deny. "What happened?" she asked. "Divorce," I said simply. Both marriages ended. My son divorced her. I divorced him. They faced consequences, lost jobs, lost respect, lost everything. And I rebuilt my life. Better life, honest life, real life. "Do you regret it?" she asked. "The way you handled it? Some people might say you should have been more emotional, more forgiving." "Emotion would have let them lie," I said. "Would have let them minimize. Would have let them paint me as crazy, jealous, paranoid. Evidence gave me power, gave me truth. I don't regret truth, ever." She nodded slowly. "Thank you. I'll get proof. Then I'll decide." "Good luck," I said. "I hope you're wrong, but if you're right, I hope you're strong." She left, and I went back to work, treating patients, saving lives, doing job I'd done for 25 years, but I was different now. Stronger, battle-tested, survivor of betrayal who'd used her professional skills to protect herself. People think doctors are just doctors, that we're separate from our lives, that medicine is just job. But we're people. We have families. We face betrayals. We get hurt. And sometimes we use our professional power to fight back, to gather evidence, to protect ourselves. That night, 2 years ago, I was both. Doctor who saved 2 lives, and wife who destroyed 2 betrayers. I didn't regret either role. At end of my shift, 6 a.m., I went to hospital parking garage. Same garage where Michael had parked for 6 months, where security footage had captured evidence of affair. I looked at northwest corner, the spot where his Lexus used to park. Empty now, just empty parking space. No evidence of betrayal, no reminder of pain, just empty space where something terrible used to be. And I thought, that's what healing looks like. Empty space where pain used to be. Room for something better, something real. I got in my car, drove home, to house that was always mine, to life I'd rebuilt, to future that was uncertain but honest. That night, Tuesday night, I had dinner with Robert. He cooked, we talked, we laughed. We were easy together. "You seem peaceful," he said, "more peaceful than when we first met." "I am," I said. "I've made peace with what happened, with who I am, with what I did." "No regrets?" he asked. "None," I said firmly. "I handled it the way I needed to handle it. Strategic, evidence-based, professional. That's who I am, that's how I solve problems, and it worked. I protected myself, protected my son, made sure betrayers faced consequences." "You're scary when you're strategic," Robert said, smiling. "Good," I said. "Scary is safe. Scary means people don't mess with you." He laughed. "Remind me never to betray you." "You won't," I said confidently, "because you're not that kind of man. And I'm not that naive anymore. I know warning signs now. I know red flags. I'll never be blindsided again." "No," Robert agreed. "You won't. You're too smart, too strong, too aware now." We finished dinner, sat on couch, comfortable silence, the kind that comes from trust, from honesty, from knowing each other. My phone buzzed. Text from David. "Claire went into labor. We're at hospital. Baby's coming." I grabbed my keys. "I have to go. David's having the baby." "Go," Robert said, kissed me. "Tell him congratulations. Tell him I'll visit tomorrow." I drove to hospital. Same hospital where I discovered affair 2 years ago. Same ER, same parking garage, but different reason. Not trauma, not betrayal, but birth, new life, new generation, new beginning. David met me in waiting room, excited, nervous, happy. "Mom, she's at 7 centimeters. Doctor says maybe 2 more hours." I hugged him. "You're going to be a dad, a good dad, better than your father was." David's face clouded briefly. "Yeah, better than him. I'll never do what he did, never betray Claire, never betray my family." "I know," I said. "You're better than that. You're better than him." 3 hours later, my granddaughter was born. Emma Claire Carter, 7 pounds, 2 ounces, perfect, healthy, beautiful. I held her for first time. This tiny person, this new life, born from pain, David's pain, his divorce, his healing but not defined by it. She was possibility. She was future. She was hope. "She'll never know Michael," David said, watching me hold his daughter. "She'll never know her paternal grandfather. Is that cruel? Depriving her of grandparent?" "No," I said firmly. "Michael deprived himself of granddaughter. By his choices, by his betrayal, by destroying his relationship with you. That's on him, not on you, not on Emma." "Good," David said, "because he's not part of our family, never will be." I looked at this perfect baby, thought about family, about what it means, about who deserves to be part of it. Family isn't blood, it's trust, it's loyalty, it's honesty. Michael had blood connection to Emma, but he'd destroyed trust, destroyed loyalty, destroyed honesty. So he got nothing, no relationship, no connection, no place in this family. and Emma would grow up knowing family is earned, not given, not automatic, earned through consistent love and honesty. That was the lesson. That was Michael's legacy, teaching us through his betrayal what real family looks like. And it looked like this: me holding my granddaughter, David beside me, Claire sleeping peacefully, Robert arriving with flowers, all of us together, honest, loyal, real, no lies, no betrayals, no secrets, just love, real love, the kind that Michael and Jessica had never understood. I looked at Emma, whispered, "You're going to have good life, honest life. You're going to know what real love looks like, what real family is, and you're going to be strong, like your dad, like your grandma, strong enough to choose truth over comfortable lies." Emma yawned, tiny, perfect yawn, then fell asleep in my arms. And I thought, this is healing. This is resolution. This is life after betrayal. Not perfect, not without scars, but real, honest, built on foundation of truth instead of lies. 2 years ago, I was doctor who discovered husband's affair in worst possible way. Tonight, I was grandmother holding new life, new generation, new beginning. And that night, that terrible Tuesday night in ER had led to this moment, to this life, to this truth. I wouldn't change it, wouldn't undo it, wouldn't choose different path, because this path, painful as it was, led to honesty, to strength, to real family. And that was worth everything.